Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Peter Obi seems to be the center stage of everything. In fact, many Nigerians are wondering why is it that everyone seems to be picking on Peter Obi, despite the fact that he is not the only presidential candidate contested in the last presidential election. And it looks as if they are all upon him. The last time it was actually Father Ejike Mbaka, but this time around it's Pastor Giwa, and it's calling out Peter Obi again. The question is why? Well, in a moment we're going to find out what it is. My colleague is here going to be looking at the issues over this same matter. But in summary, Pastor Giwa is literally telling Peter Obi not to waste his money, not to waste his resources, because he's just busy entertaining Nigerians. That he has actually told him that he cannot go beyond being a social media president, but rather that eventually that he believes that who would have won would be between the two old corrupt politicians, and that eventually the Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerged. That when he was saying it, the Obedient movement literally abused him, saying that that he's lying, that they will take the day and all that. That eventually some of their pastors deceived them. That now look at it now, Peter Obi went about gathering so much money from the poor, and now that if he really loves Nigerians, that God looks at the heart, and that he was arrogant and he was actually a betrayer, that he betrayed Atiku Abubakar, his boss, who brought him into limelight in politics, and now instead of him to stay back in PDP and slug it out, he ran away and went to LP and went to contest. That it is not his time. If it's not your time, regardless of what you will do, it is still not your time. That he should have voted for his time. That if he loves Nigeria so much, why didn't he in his own way give good governance and make Nigeria a better place from his little corner? But of course, many Nigerians have been reacting to this. Just some few days ago was Mbaka. My colleague is here with us. Let's look at this, critically. What that some few days ago it was actually Father Mbaka, all on the same Peter Obi, all of them seeming to, say, "Here we said it that you will not win." And I usually ask myself this question: Peter Obi winning or losing doesn't change. It doesn't stop him from being a billionaire, and also doesn't stop him from having the finest things of life. He has really nothing to lose, really. It's all about good governance. What's your take on all this drama really coming out from men of God of very strong caliber, for that matter?
Well, as we all know, a loser does not have a friend. Peter Obi actually won the election, but by some of the things we saw, or I believe, I wouldn't say actually won, from the data and informations we are gathering thus far, it points to one direction, that he may have won the election. He may have won the election. But because of how elections are being played out here, it seems as if he lost out. Peter Obi did not. But then, for the pastors who are talking, we are so used to this that anytime you lose, automatically, one by one, your friends will be leaving.
Yeah.
The crowd Peter Obi is enjoying right now is because the time is still short. It will be die-hard supporters that will stand by him to the end of this. And guess what? Even if at the end of the day, the court decides to rule out anything not in favor of Peter Obi, you will see that the clamor for him to be the president will not be there. Everybody will just say, well, we know this is Nigerian politics and all of that. So what Peter Obi is going through right now should not deter him to pursue this court case to a successful end. Present everything that is worth presenting to, show that he actually won. But for the pastors, it's normal, it's very normal that they will always come out to play down on your effort because you fail. If Peter Obi had won, quietly and knowingly or unknowingly, you will see them crawling to the fold of the winners, and then they'll say, "We knew that you were the one. I was just keeping quiet. I saw it in the realm of the spirit, but people were clouding you too much, so I didn't want to just come out. But I knew. God told me. I said, let me just keep quiet and pray in the secret." This is what these guys are known for, most of these pastors. But then we have to realize that winning elections the wrong way should not be taken as a fair win. We shouldn't look at that as fairness. We shouldn't look at that as the way forward. Because It may be another person's turn, and these same things will play out, and you won't be happy. So if we want to go that way, Peter Obi, in via what we have seen thus far, actually did not lose. But we are still waiting to see what the court will say, because no one can come out now to say actually he won, he won. Whatever you are saying is not so important compared to what the court will say.
But yeah, you did say something very unique. You said that winners always have friends, losers don't have much of friends.
Yeah.
And as the court case keep moving, and if eventually doesn't go his way, more obedient or more supporters of Peter Obi may finally lose steam. Okay, but that brings me to another question. If eventually they begin to see that they're losing steam, don't you think that by the time Peter Obi are looking for those witnesses who said they were there, they're obedient, and they just discovered that just maybe this whole thing is a futile effort, by the way. After all, this guy has been in position of power for a while now. Does he really, really, really don't you think even some of these so-called witnesses at some point may begin to drag their feet to really come out to become a subpoena of some sort? Just personal opinion now, just asking.
Okay. Now, that should be expected. That's why I said at first that diehards are going to be the one that will stand till the end. People who actually saw it. But if we must tell ourselves the utmost truth, Nigerians are not craving for faces. Nigerians are craving for good governance. Whoever Peter Obi is, whoever Bola Tinubu is, whatever they have, for me, for you, and for so many, has not really benefited them. But all what they want to, in my own hustle, in my own strive to making a living, in my own move towards preserving a future for my children, let us have good governance. So already we are seeing the whole thing play out from the presidency point of view. He's trying to streamline everything, and Nigerians are like, oh, it's not doing so bad. I heard this guy said, someone was asking him, you were Buhari tormentor, talking about rain or mockery, but right now you seem not to do anything. He said, well, for the few weeks that this guy had been there, 2 weeks or so, that he has been on board, he has performed superbly. So it will be totally wrong for anyone to start castigating him. Most people believe that whatever that he's doing, it's okay. So it's a way of also shifting people from the side of Peter Obi to his side. But there are certain people too who love the truth, who wants the right people. If someone won this thing, it should be given to him. That's people like those are diehard supporters. But for many others, they love to be where governance is okay. So people drifting from Peter Obi should be a very normal thing to him. You know, if you've been putting your ears down, there are a lot of people you won't be hearing so often. You know, again, always hyping him and all of that. Our sister from the northern part, Aisha, we are not really hearing much about, because
She has moved on.
I have a family, and already I know what the judiciary is going to roll out. We won't want to look at them at the first and tell them this is what you guys will bring out at the end of the day. But then already Nigerians have a premeditated verdict that will come out. Already they when it come out, some people will say, I knew it would be. That's why when he lost, I gave up. His vice, is he still going to court with him as he should be?
Once a while.
Once a while he goes there. So already you see that Nigerians are like, man, make we continue with life. But we just pray that this guy should. So Bola Tinubu, the way out for him, which I already have started seeing it, is that he's trying to make Nigerians feel comfortable. After a while, if you notice, there's no too much news. There's no
Bala Blue.
We've not heard it. You know, he's running the show very neatly, and he's rolling out some things. Though deep thinkers will read it up and say there are loopholes here. But for the free Nigerians, they're like, oh, student loan, oh glory, the student loan. You understand? And in the issue of calling off what they call fuel subsidy, a lot of people are really in support of it, and he's using that to get their support. But but time will tell, So for me, Peter Obi should not be troubled. He should just believe that these things must surely happen, especially when you are in the losing side.
All right, that's we're gonna wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's the take? Have a nice